What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some football. We're going to do a preview of the game on Sunday between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans, the showdown in the AFC South. Right now, the Tennessee Titans are a 2-point favorite coming into NRG Stadium in Houston, which means that on a neutral, because you get 3 points just for being on your own home field, so which means on a natural site, they have the Titans favored by 5, which is a lot. Like when you get close to a touchdown, that's a heavily favorite. And for them to, I'm actually surprised that Tennessee's that well favored over the Texans. I mean, I know the Texans had their struggles against Jacksonville week 1 and how they looked against Cincinnati, but that was because they were short. Like they were short notice, short week and short man because of a lot of injuries and stuff. And what they showcased Sunday against the Patriots, you would think there'll at least be a toss-up because it's in Houston. Now, of course, if it was in Tennessee, I clearly see Tennessee being favored. But since it's in Houston, you get 3 points just for being at home. I would think that it should be a toss-up more than a 2-point favorite, but that's a story for another day. But I do think that this game is going to go a long way in deciding who's the winner of the AFC South. Because if Tennessee wins, they would be 2-0 in the division with their 2 wins against Jacksonville and Houston in Houston and in Jacksonville, which means that the next time they face these two teams will be at home. Also, I mean, let's be real. I know Andrew Luck is going to come back eventually. I think even with Andrew Luck coming back, I don't think the Colts will win that many division games. 2 at the most, but I'm thinking between 1 or just actually get swept throughout the whole division. But two divisional games at the most. So I don't see them being in real contention to win this division this year. I'm sorry, because I don't think that Andrew Luck is going to be coming back to save them. Plus, I just think that team is just weak all around the board. But that's a story for another video. So it's really between Houston, Jacksonville, and Tennessee. And if Houston comes away with the win, it's a 3-way split. All 3 teams are 1-1 in the division, and everybody's back in. The Texans have jumped themselves back into this conversation for the AFC South title. A lot of things will happen. I mean, a lot of things will be even if Houston wins. But if Tennessee wins, I just think that's a snowball, and that will go a long way for Tennessee coming away with the AFC South title. But let's talk about this game. Now, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans got out physical on both lines of scrimmage, offensive and defensively. You already know what happened. 10 sacks against that front 7. Not to mention, on the defensive end, they allowed Leonard Fournette to look like the rookie of the year and rush for over 100 yards. You can't do that against this Tennessee Titans team. Because if you allow DeMarco Murray or Derrick Henry to run for 100 yards, the game is over and you lost. Because they have a better rushing attack and a better offensive line than Jacksonville does. And plus, they have a 2-headed monster. So you cannot let them out-physical you. You cannot let 2 home games, 2 back-to-back home divisional games, and come out there and come out flat and be out-physical on both sides of the ball. You cannot let that happen. If that is, you might well pack up shop and get ready for the number 1 overall pick. Oh, wait, you can't because, you don't have a number 1 overall pick no more. But, again, those are stories for other videos. But, back to what I'm saying about this game here. You cannot allow them to out-physical you. Now, Will Fuller has been back at practice. He's had a full go practice, and he is more than likely going to play Sunday unless something out the ordinary happens. This is just me. If I'm the Texans, first play of the game, it's a play-action pass, and I'm throwing a long bomb to Will Fuller. If he catches it or not is not really the focus. I want him to catch it and I want him to score a touchdown. That's the ultimate goal. But I want to at least have that threat out there, so that way they'll take that safety out the box. Because they take that safety out the box, 1, they're not double teaming DeAndre, and then 2, that safety out the box. Now you can run with Lamar Miller. Now you can run with Deontay Foreman, who you should be running with, and also that frees up space for Deshaun Watson to run. If you take that safety out the box, that's what Will Fuller is very key in. His speed helped open up a lot of things, even if he's not catching the ball, just his threat of his speed being out there, because you don't want to be the safety or the defensive coordinator or the defensive back to be out there and be, well, he ain't going to catch the ball. No way, because he dropped balls. We could let him run by us all day. He ain't going to catch it. And he catches an 80-yard touchdown on you. Then that's the quickest way for you to get put on the bench, Raheem Moore, or lose a job in any defensive coordinator if you sit there and you just let that guy just run free back there and score 80-yard bombs because you're not having nobody back there because you don't respect his speed. You have to respect his speed. Even if you don't respect his hands, you have to respect his speed. So that's my game plan. First play of the game. I heard it like earlier today that they should do it. If they get close to the red zone, forget all that. No, I don't know. Forget all that time if they get to the 50-yard, do it. No, do it the first play of the game. Because even if it's not a touchdown, even if it's just a 60-yard catch and it gets you to the red zone, either way, that threat is there. Like I said, even if it's an incompletion, that threat is there. And if that threat is there, that safety, they can no longer have that safety in their box, which that opens up everything for DeAndre underneath. And also Bruce Ellington and Ryan Griffin and Steve Anson. That opens up everything up from underneath. That opens those things for Lamar Miller and I can't think of his name, Deontay Foreman, and also Deshaun Watson. It opens up things that underneath to run with the running game, with the zone read. Like, it opens up a lot of things if they take that safety out the box. That's very key. The other thing that's very key is stopping the run. On the other side, like I said, I can't stress enough, you cannot let them out physical you. You cannot let them run the ball like that. You just can't. You cannot let them dominate the game, control the clock by running the football. By anything, you need to try to do that yourself. That's another reason why open the field up with Will Fuller. Because if you open up the field, it's easier for you to run and control the game. That's what you have to do to beat this team. You cannot come in and let this team come to Houston and win a game and be 2-0 in division, and both of their division wins on the road. Because I don't think you can go to Jacksonville and win. I don't think if you can go to Tennessee and win, if you sit there and you have the blueprint that you can get out physical at home, I don't think you can go to their place and do the same thing. I'm just sorry. So you have to. This is a must-win for the Texans. And between Marcus Mariota and Deshaun Watson, I think this is going to be a future rivalry between these two. I think this is round one, chapter one, whatever you want to say, of a future AFC rivalry between these two teams and these two quarterbacks. A third-year quarterback, a quarterback making his third start. I think that this will be a future rivalry. As a football fan, I think this is beautiful. I think this is a lovely rivalry. I can't wait to watch it. As a Texan fan, I don't want it to be a rivalry. I want it to be the Texans Detroit dominating, but I can't be selfish like that. I said, the football fan in me wants this to be a rivalry, and the Texan fan in me wants the Texans to dominate, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the game Sunday was a great game if I wasn't a Texan fan. If I was just a regular, like, if you took the Texans helmets off of it and you threw anybody else on it, that was just a good, fun game to watch. But because it was a Texan game and I am a Texan fan, I did not like the end of the game. It's just how it is, because you want your team to win. And you want your team to win by any means necessary. So, in recapping, the keys to the game is you cannot let them out physical you. And you need to threaten with the deep ball, and then have everything open up, and then you need to control and out physical them. You have to. I know this offensive line is not. Because they were able to dominate Seattle last week. I don't think our offensive line is bad. I don't think Seattle bad, but they not that much better. So you can't let them. You can't let them just out muscle you like they did Seattle. It was told to me, Seattle has all these superstars on defense, and Seattle has more superstars on defense than the Texans do. In the secondary, yes, they do. Their secondary is better, but I think our front seven is better. I think our front seven, outside of I know what happened week one, I think our front seven can do some things against the run and do some things against other offensive linemen. I mean, look at the pressure that we put on Brady last week. We forced 3 fumbles on Brady. Sacked Brady 5 times. Merciless, Clowney, Covington. Yeah, 5. It was 5 times because Merciless, Clowney had 2, Covington, and then Gilchrist. Yeah, it's 5 sacks. 5 sacks, forced 3 fumbles. So I think, and then we had a lot of tackles for loss as well. I think that I'm not saying that we're going to be doing this to Mariota, because Mariota is just like Watson. He can move around, he can run, he can tuck it and run, even though he chooses not to, but he still has that capability. So you have to be very key, and you have to be very careful with that. But I do think our defensive line can put some pressure on Mariota and can slow down this running game some. I think they can slow this running game better than Seattle did. I honestly believe that. I believe that our front seven can slow down their running game better than Seattle did. And if you can do that, and you can run the ball yourself, you should win. My prediction is going to be the Texans 27-20. I know that's the score of last year, but the 27-20. I think Deshaun Watson gonna have another coming out party. Like I said, probably around a touchdown in the air, touchdown on the ground, and I think we'll have a regular rushing touchdown. If I want to guess, I think that Will Fuller gonna come out there his first game and he gonna have a big play. I don't know how many yards he gonna have, but he gonna have at least one 45 and up big play. He gonna have a play. He's gonna stretch the field and make that defense honest. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell to get more videos. I holla.